Hey guys, and welcome to SciChick. Today we're going to solve some problems. So the first one we're going to solve is write a verbal expression for each algebraic expression. And we have this first one here. And how would we write this? Well, this is x plus 6, or we can write 6 more than x. How about that? Both options are equally correct. 6 more than x. Okay. We could also write the sum of x and 6. That would also be correct. So there is sometimes more than one possibility for writing things, like in this example. Now, for number 2. 2 times x minus 5. Or 5 less than the product of 2 and x. Remember, we were learning about products in our last lesson, so it's cool to use that and write 5 less than the product of 2 and x. So this is our product, this is our 5, and it's 5 less than the product of this, which makes perfect sense, yes? 5 less than the product of 2 times x. Yep, we are good. So for the third example, we have 4, we have x, and we have the 5th power. So how about 4 multiplied, because there's also multiplication between those numbers, remember? So here is a hidden multiplication. We can just as well write it as 4 times x to the 5th power. This would be the same. So for this one, we're going to write 4 multiplied by x. It's here. Raised to the what power? To the 5th power. This is a t. So 4 multiplied by x raised to the 5th power. Okay, I have a couple more problems for you. Here we have 3 times y to what power? To the 3rd power, yes. And plus 3. Can we write it in a different way? Yeah. We could say 3 added 2, and then we have taken care of this part of the expression. 2, 3 times, that's this guy here, y to the 3rd power. So it's y to the 3rd power. 3 added 2, 3 times y to the 3rd power. Yep, sounds good. Now, here we have a little bit of a difficult one. I'm going to use plus for this, guys, because it makes it simpler to understand. So I have 3 times x here, plus 4 times y squared, yes, 3 times x plus 4 times y squared. This is squared. When I have 2 here, it's y squared, okay? And then I'm going to put a little plus here, just so it's one line for each part of the expression. And here we have the biggest one, and that's going to be 5 times z raised to the 3rd power. Now we have half of it. And what's it divided by? Divided by 4. Okay. 3 times x, Yes, plus, there's a plus here. 4 times y squared, that's the 2, yeah. It's more normal to say squared than to say y raised to the second power. That would be weird to say. So just get familiar with saying y squared if it's a 2, or if it's an x, it's going to be x squared. Doesn't matter if it's an x or a y or an a or a b or whatever. It's always squared if there's a 2. And then plus 5 times, is it z, not z, z raised to the third power here, and then divided by 4. Yeah? Okay, very good. We definitely need to practice this the other way around. Now we have the verbal expressions, and we're supposed to write the algebraic expressions. Okay, the product of 8 and x. We know this, a product is just going to be 8x, yeah? Okay, 3 plus 4 times y. 3 plus, I'm going to fix my 3, 4 times y. 4 and y, okay, yeah? 3 times x to the 5th power. So we have 3 times, and we have x, and x is raised to the 5th power, so it's going to be x to the 5th power. Okay, we're all in an agreement until now. 2 times x squared, remember from before, the squared, yeah, divided by 5. Okay, so there's going to be something divided, so we're gonna write that here. It's gonna be divided by 5, so 2 times x squared. 2 times, and we have x, and we have it squared, which is 2, remember. So 2 times x divided by 5. Yeah, I'm happy with this. Oh, this is a hard one. The sum of 3 times y to the 3rd power divided by 4 and x squared. Okay, so there's a sum of something and something. So we're looking for the end. The end is here. I'm just gonna... This is the end. So one part is going to be this here, and the other part is going to be this. And I'm just going to start with the second part. So it's going to be x squared, and then and the plus. I don't want to forget my plus. And then I've already taken care of this, and now I just need to figure this one out. The sum of 3 times y to the 3rd power divided by 4. There's a divide here. I'm going to put it here. Hope you can see it. The sum of 3 times y to the 3rd power. Okay, 3 times y to the 3rd power divided by 4. I'm going to write this again for you guys, so you see it better. So this is going to be 3y to the 3rd power divided by 4 plus x squared. 3 times y to the 3rd power, yeah, divided by 4, and then it was the sum of it, so there was a plus in between, and it was an x squared, yeah. And finally, for something a little bit different, I'm going to teach you how to calculate the area of a rectangle, and that's just going to be the product of its width and length. So if we have a rectangle like this, so it's going to have a length, and it's going to have a width. And to calculate the area of the rectangle, we're going to do width times the length. That is our area, okay? And this is just the product of width and length. That's the area. Remember, a product. That's the new cool word we learned. Okay, so let's keep this in our frame so you can see it. Now, write an algebraic expression for a rectangle's area if it has length L and width W. Well, we know it's just supposed to be the product of width and length. And now the only thing we have done is to change width and length to W and L. So what is it going to be? It's just going to be W and L. That's the algebraic expression for the rectangle's area. Okay? And finally, I want to have you calculate the real area for the rectangle. The length is 20 centimeters. So this is 20 centimeters. The width is 10 centimeters. It's 10 centimeters. And we're going to calculate the area. Well, the area is going to be 10 times 20, which is the same as 200 centimeters. Yeah, sorry, squared, because it is the area. I'm going to write it here. The area is 10 for the width, as we did here, the width times 20, the length, and that equals 200 centimeters squared. You can learn later in geography that geometry even, not geography, that when you are calculating an area, your unit also needs to be squared. I'm going to teach you that later. But for now, just remember, if it's squared, square the unit as well. Okay, I think this is good for today. Thank you so much for watching my video. Feel free to subscribe to my channel and ring the bell to get notified when I have new videos out. And remember, if I can do it, so can you.